Hey, it's your girl Dominique. This is my first YouTube video and I'm excited that you're here with me. I will say that this has been a long time coming and I finally got the sign. As you'll get to know me, you'll know that I'm a woman who walks by faith and not by sight and is continually growing towards that because it's a lifelong journey. And I finally got the final sign that it's time to do this. So here I am. And I know a lot of people do videos around like getting ready. It's kind of vlogish. I just kind of grab the stuff that I have. And as time goes on and things grow, things will look different. So for today, or at this moment, I'm just gonna get myself like ready, get myself showered. I say like the best time for me is when both my husband and my baby are sleeping. There's like a different level of quiet. It's like when they're gone and when they're sleeping. I love them when they're awake. I love being with them when they're awake. And I love when they're also sleeping. So, okay. I'm gonna shower. I also need to like wash my hair. Can I look at it? So I'm gonna wash it. It was so pressed and I've kind of just been like riding it out, styling it in different ways. And now it's like, Dominique, it's time to wash your hair. So I took my vitamins and things, and washed my face. I'm also a person who like brushes my teeth in the shower. So sometimes, not all the time, but I think in today's instance I will. So got my stuff on my face, got my towel. I have this new like scrubby scrub thing. Get that action kind of go off my body. All right, the stuff is in the shower. I'm gonna wash my hair. Yeah, and I will be back. So I sped up the scene to get the shower started, which was taking its sweet time. This apartment's kind of old, so little things happen while it's in the process. But nonetheless, I got the shower started, was ready to hop in, prepared to wash my hair and my face and my teeth. Okay, so I'm out the shower. Hair is washed. Look at it. I can't see all the way because I don't have my glasses on or my contacts in, but I'm gonna put in some contacts, some new ones. Yeah. I got a haircut, like a trim, not too long ago. And we took off some hair because there was some breakage. I just like seeing how some of the curls unfold. All right. So it is Easter Monday here in Casa de Mitchell. You're wondering, what is that? That is the name that I've like coined in our household when Kyle, who's my husband, and I were like seriously dating. I think around the time we got engaged, actually. And so I've been on this kick of like calling whatever YouTube channel or thing that, you know, content creator sort of thing that we do, maybe call it Casa de Mitchell. So here's the start with me having my own thing on the outside, and I think he might make his way into the content creator space on his side as well, because he's on some cool journeys himself. So, but yeah, like I said, they're napping because it's been a whirlwind. For some context, we work from home. We're working from home since March 2020. And it's been a blessing to be able to do that. 650. This is my right eye. Okay. It's been a blessing, honestly, like, to be in the comfort of your home working. It's definitely a transition, because like we had moved in together, and the place that we had originally been in was, you know, under the impression that we'd be like commuting into the office and this and that. It was so small. I thought I heard my baby crying. You know, you take whatever bit of time you can. So, being able to take a nice full shower is a plus. Although, like, I've always been able to take nice full showers. I have a really great my child's father, my husband, is wonderful. We just have one kid now, and we're working to build in systems that allow us to, like, you know, be great as we scale. It's funny to think of growing families that way, but like, growing a family is all about scalability. Is it feasible to be adding in another child? Financially speaking. But yeah, we lived in a smaller apartment. We moved into a bigger one that would accommodate both of us, like working from home. And what do I want to do first? Yeah, that was nice. We got engaged. We wanted to start a family because we felt ready. And we were gonna elope. We were going to elope. Things kind of got in the way of our plans. We have a marriage license. We have 2 marriage licenses. One that's been solemnized and one that hasn't, because, you know, our plans changed. And so we got pregnant because we wanted to. We got pregnant and we moved to Tennessee. We moved to Tennessee, and that's where we live now. It's funny that I'm like looking at this while doing my hair, because there's like a really big mirror next to me, but because I just got out of the shower, I can't see it, which, you know, is kind of what I normally do, but let me not be weird. I'll admit I really don't do too much, you know. Put natural type of product in my hair. Not too much. I don't do too much to it. You know, I go to the hairdresser from time to time and get a silk press. I went natural in 2015. And I didn't do like a big chop or anything. I just like perpetually let the hair grow out. and like trimmed it myself. Maybe I'll do some like flashback videos and like talk about that sometime. I do a lot of hand detangling. So as I mentioned, I do detangle my hair with my hands a little bit from time to time. Of course I use a wide tooth comb, but just generally speaking, the fingers kind of like do the trick for me. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I have like a ton of laundry that needs to get put away, folded, or like put on a hanger and put away. The thing about being like, not big people, but like people who have to wear like bigger size clothes, it just feels like so much. Like the size of, like the quantity of the clothes feels like a lot, and it's really not. It's just like how the pile is sorted. And here comes yet another voiceover. I was going through doing my hair. I think I might have done a little bit of talking, but it's a lot of me detangling. I brought out the comb. As you can see, I don't just use my fingers, but let's jump right back in. Fun fact, when I was in high school, I had this friend that used to ask if I would like dye my hair on the regular. And the truth is, I never dyed my hair. I've never like dyed my hair. I really wasn't allowed to. My mom kind of like wasn't here for it. But what's funny is my sister got to like dye her hair a lot. I don't think for a while it was ever permanent, and then like when she turned 18, I think she got more like permanent hair coloring. But that's the difference between you know, being the oldest and being the youngest. Yeah, that's another thing about me. I am an older sibling. There's only two, you know, me and my sister. I've had expansive family throughout time, but that is a conversation for a different time and place. Yeah, we're 4 years apart. Yeah. It was mostly me, my mom, and my sister. And quite some journey with that. We're just gonna put this up on this side. I'm just gonna like try to comb some of this out. Yeah, so I have a younger sister. I'm from the great state of Connecticut. Anyone who knows me knows I'm from Connecticut. So it's always a good time. You know, to be a nutmegger. Anytime I meet anyone like at work, heck, one of the greatest things was in college, and someone's like, I'm also from Connecticut. Like, oh my gosh. Because it seems like such a small place. Yeah, it always seems like such a small place, Connecticut, but it's actually quite popular. I mean, it's right next to New York, but like, if you're someone who's just like, I would say the average American, because I've watched so many of those videos, and they're like talking to someone on the street, and it's mostly California. It looks like it's mostly California, maybe Vegas. Talking to folks on the side of the street about like places, they have not a clue about a thing. So I don't think Connecticut's like in the top of your like states you should know list, but you could add it to the top states that you know, because it is actually quite influential in the United States like political system. I was in like 8th grade, maybe like 8th grade, 9th grade, heck, maybe even 10th grade history class. There's a thing when our Constitution was being written, calls it the Great Compromise. And in said Great Compromise, I hope I'm not lying, because these are things like with history, I'm just like, let me make sure I'm right. Look at that. Ooh, came out nice. In history, you can get it wrong because it's like dates and numbers. But I believe it's the thing that actually got our House and our Senate to be a thing, like for representation in our country, for big states and small states. Granted, there were only 13 of them, but like the majority, North Carolina, South Carolina, I think Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, you got Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. Maybe not Georgia, Maine. Maine isn't there, not Georgia. Georgia's too far south. But those 13 colonies. I could be wrong. It's been a minute. Because I used to ask my history teacher in 8th grade, I was like, can we skip past like the pilgrims and stuff? I feel like we learned it too much. I have a lot of thoughts around how the kids should be learning history in this country, because I studied history. And anytime I told people I was studying history, here's what I got, people. Here's what I got. Ew. I hate history. I was just like, okay, that's interesting that you hate history. Like, I'm really sorry that's the case for you. And it always comes back to some like bad teacher they had in like middle school. I'm like lucky to say I had some pretty like good history teachers. In my day, like, yeah, there were some that were not bad, but I just think it's the content. Like, when I think of history class that was like boring or bad, I think of my time in Manchester, Connecticut, in one of my high schools, my freshman year. My freshman year of high school, there was like, it's like I remember her talking about places like Mesopotamia and this and that, and I just like wasn't interested all the way. It just felt so far and distant. That's like Western civilization, you know what I mean? It deals with that, and for the most part, like, I feel like that should be an elective for I think that should be an elective, truth be told. Like, American children should really be learning all forms of American history. Black, Indigenous, Latino, women. And as they get to a certain age, they can learn queer history, okay? LGBTQ, it can be something they do their senior year of high school. You know what I mean? They get to use, like, certain high schools, they can use like heavy machinery that could like kill them. Sign waivers. Parents can sign waivers. That should be something they can learn. But it has to do with the United States. And then, like, electives include worldly history. You know, European history, Asian history, like actual like continent of Africa history. You know, Egypt. So, fix my hair, cleanse my skin. Let's get my face together. Oh, my baby is up. I told you. We're gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna fix her a little lunch. I'm gonna fix her a little lunch. Fix me lunch too, I'm hungry. And fix all of us lunch. It'll be cold, and then trying to find a way to come back upstairs and take care of all these clothes. It's all hard things, that's why I like when they're asleep. So I have some diapers I need to fold. That's another thing, another fun fact. We do cloth diapers here. Sustainability is so important. You know, try to do our part. And I think we've saved money in a lot of ways. At least I think so, you know. I don't know. If there's anything Fred like, oh my gosh, we need to wash diapers. But the pre-folds that we had would come in clutch. All right. Got my tretinoin on. Yeah, she's crying. Moisturizer. Got also sunscreen in it. I'm not like too pressed about sunscreen, TBH, but alright, I'm back. Did you have a good nap? You were really frustrated earlier. Hungry? I know I am. Look at you. Mama's making videos. Say hi. All right, so I'm back and I'm downstairs. Finished showering, got myself moisturized and dressed. Okay, this works. So I'm in my kitchen. I'm gonna make a snack for my baby. And try some like food stuff going. Penelope. It's like plantain chips. Yeah, so it's Easter Monday. Daycare was closed. I didn't know that the schools started celebrating, the public schools started celebrating Easter Monday, but that's Tennessee for you. It's a crazy time, like living here. I'm an organizer who like does work within the civic engagement space. And it's crazy. Like, and young people specifically don't understand like the power that they have, whether they show up or not. So like if they show up, it has an impact. If they don't show up, it has an impact. And not in some like, oh, it doesn't matter because something will happen either way, but it's like the impact that the changes they're hoping to see and the impact they'd like to like have isn't positive when they don't show up and like voice their vote. And I'm mostly talking at a local level, a state and local level, because that's where like the rubber meets the road for politics. Like, examples. The draining drag shows in public and this thing and this thing. I believe it's on hold, on pause right now. Right? Yeah. More fiber into the diet. I don't know if this is the right content. It doesn't feel right. You just like seeing what I do in a day because I don't really do much. And I really don't have a routine in place. It's crazy. You would think I'd have a routine in place, but I'm still figuring this thing called life out. I think that'll be the basis of this video. Like, you've kind of got it, but Ooh. We're just walking around behind me. Can you see her? No. Yeah, that's my video. I took a shower, talked to you a little bit, share a bit about who I am. I'm being a mom. Casa de Mitchell. In the comments, let me know. Are you registered to vote? If you're not, I'll put it in the comment, the description of this video, a link where you can register to vote for U.S. Citizens who are eligible, register to vote. And if you aren't eligible, I'll also put some resources in there for you to like learn and whatnot. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Dominique, aka Lady Mitch, signing out.